it's part of this exercise that I did. I have a coach. I've been coached for several years now, from a leadership coach. And one of the things, the exercises that we've done over the last, we actually started it spring of last year in 19 was a fire yourself exercise. So basically, he had
Nice.
me make out a list of everything I do ever, right? Ever.
Wow.
Everything. And I listed it all out. I mean, it was like a 2-page list. And it was just from the little mundane details of something to a big vision thing. But I listed it out. And then what I did was the entire goal of this, and then on the right side, so I made 2 columns. That's one. Then on the right side column, I listed out every resource I have available to me. So this would be an assistant. This would be human resources. This would be a virtual, this would be anything, right? Anyone that's not you. And what I did was basically I drew a line from everything I do to who might be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
My goal here was to identify every way possible that I can fire myself in those activities, right? And I mean, it sounds
Love it.
funny. I've
No,
talked
it's
to many
great.
people about this before, since then. But it's so true because once you can fire yourself from those small activities, you can engage in the higher dollar activities, right? Like building teams.
Right.
Once you do that, it's like this exponential scaling growth that you can do. I know in your industry as in ours. Um, so it's a critical exercise. I mean, if you haven't tried it, I definitely think to try it. It's really an eye opener, honestly, the first time you do it.
I love that. I love that. And that is an eye opener. I actually did do something like that. I didn't look at it from that angle of fire yourself, but I did. I wrote down all the stuff. What do I do? And what can I not do, within that list? But it is incredibly eye opening. You start thinking like, wow, I spend so much time doing this, this, and this. And it's just like, does that actually move the needle on, the
For sure.
whole vision
What
of
a
everything?
tremendous exercise. I mean, that is amazing. And it's so simple, right? Most of everything we do is or that we should do is common sense. And then we gravitate towards making everything so much more difficult.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, I should do that myself. I can't afford somebody. No, you can. They're $5 an hour and they'll
Right.
do a better job than anybody you have in your office or yourself. And it's
There are a lot of resources out there for
yeah,
that. It's just, it takes the time to be creative and look for it and train it up to get a system in place. Again,
yes.
a system in place to delegate it off of you, right? That's the entire process. But once you do, this system is running over here, totally separate from you,
Leverage.
and now that's how you scale. That's entirely how you scale from one individual to a massive team, and it doesn't have to be a team that is like in an office, right? Or like a
Yep.
high paying, high cost team. I mean, it can be a team in the sense of look at everything you're doing and how can I delegate this to someone else, whether paid or not? So I no longer have to do it. How do I get more time back to me instead of my time getting sucked into everything else?